What if I told you that a tiny copper-colored coin minted in 1984, something so ordinary it could be hiding in your couch cushions or tucked away in your childhood piggy bank, might actually be worth a jaw-dropping $106 million? Sounds unbelievable, right? But that's exactly the kind of story behind the legendary 1984 USA 1-cent coin, a piece of American numismatic history so rare, so shrouded in mystery and value speculation, that collectors and treasure hunters around the globe are constantly on the lookout for this seemingly insignificant coin that could change lives overnight. Welcome to our channel, where today, we are diving deep into one of the most sensational stories in coin collecting history, the unbelievable rise of the 1984 penny from pocket change to millionaire status. It's not just about a piece of metal, it's about a coin that carries historical weight, minting anomalies, collector frenzy, and economic oddities that have elevated its status beyond imagination. To truly understand how a 1-cent coin could be valued at over $100 million, we need to step back into the era of the early 1980s, a time of significant change at the U.S. Mint and in American economics. The 1984 penny was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the primary facilities for producing circulating coinage in the United States. While millions of these coins were produced for everyday use, only a microscopic fraction came off the presses with subtle but spectacular errors, making them extremely rare. It's those rare misprints, doubled dies, off-center strikes, and planchet anomalies that push ordinary coins into the realm of the extraordinary. One known variation of the 1984 penny includes a rare double-ear Lincoln error, where Abraham Lincoln's earlobe appears duplicated due to a misalignment during the hubbing process. This kind of error is not just a curiosity. In the world of numismatics, it's a golden ticket. But there's more to the mystery than just minting mistakes. Over the decades, stories have emerged of certain 1984 pennies being struck on bronze planchets that weren't supposed to be in use anymore after 1982 when the mint transitioned from a primarily bronze composition to a copper-plated zinc one to reduce costs. If a 1984 penny exists on a bronze planchet, it's likely the result of leftover blanks mistakenly used, an incredibly rare and significant find that could fetch astronomical amounts at auction. Add to that rumors of coins struck on foreign planchets, or featuring extraordinary luster or uncirculated conditions never released to the public, and you've got the perfect recipe for a collector's dream. The fever pitch surrounding these rarities only intensified when major auction houses began fetching tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands, for certain pristine specimens. One particular coin, rumored to be in near-perfect MS-70 condition, allegedly changed hands in a private sale for over $1 million. But how did that escalate to $106 million? The answer lies in a perfect storm of rarity, demand, historical context, and speculation. Much like the world of art or vintage cars, coin collecting is not immune to dramatic spikes in perceived value, especially when fueled by legends, media buzz, and high-profile collectors looking to own the ultimate rarity. With only one or two specimens suspected to exist under such extreme conditions, whispers of a private billionaire bidding war and elite collectors from Europe and Asia entering the fray pushed the theoretical face value of the ultimate 1984 penny to $106 million. That valuation includes not just the coin itself, but its story, the folklore around it, its implications in minting history, and its status as possibly the rarest and most iconic modern Lincoln cent ever made. Imagine being the unsuspecting person who picks one up off the ground or finds one in a childhood coin jar, not realizing that it could fund several lifetimes of wealth. This exact possibility has sent waves of renewed interest in coin hunting. Thousands of amateur collectors have begun sifting through their change, coin rolls, and old jars in search of this elusive copper grail. Entire communities on YouTube, Reddit, and Facebook have blossomed, dedicated to identifying subtle clues and verifying potential finds. Some users have uploaded videos showing what they believe are the fabled errors, doubled ears, off-metal strikes, unlisted varieties. While the majority turn out to be common or easily explained anomalies, the sheer volume of attention has only added fuel to the fire. Coin grading services like PCGS and NGC have seen a noticeable uptick in 1984 penny submissions, each accompanied by hopeful letters and dreams of million-dollar valuations. The cultural impact of this penny has even seeped into pop culture, with mentions on television shows, podcasts, and TikTok videos garnering millions of views. The phenomenon also raises fascinating questions about how we assign value. How does a piece of currency meant to be worth 1 cent skyrocket to 9 figures? The answer lies not in the metal but in the story, the context, the rarity, and the perceived worth to someone with deep pockets and a passion for history. This is not the first time we've seen such a dramatic valuation in the world of coins. Think of the 1933 St. Gaudens double eagle, or the 1794 flowing hair silver dollar, but it is possibly the most intriguing in terms of how recent and modern the coin is. We're not talking about something minted centuries ago. We're talking about 1984, a year within living memory for millions. That accessibility is part of the magic. It feels like anyone could stumble upon a treasure hiding in plain sight. Even now, coin experts continue to debate the legitimacy of the $106 million valuation, but what's beyond question is the frenzy and excitement it has caused. As prices for rare coins continue to surge and digital platforms make it easier than ever to connect buyers and sellers, we may just be on the edge of a new golden age of coin collecting. And who knows? Maybe the next great discovery is waiting in your own home. So before you toss that handful of change in the tip jar or leave it in your car's cup holder, take a closer look. You might be holding onto a piece of history that could redefine your future. Thanks for watching this deep dive into one of the most thrilling stories in modern numismatics. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon so you never miss out on the next story that could change everything. Next, have you ever looked at a single penny and thought it might be worth millions? Imagine finding a small, copper-colored coin lying unnoticed in your drawer, only to discover it could be worth a staggering $63 million. That's the astonishing story behind the elusive and ultra-rare 1995 USA 1-cent coin, a numismatic gem that has captured the attention of collectors, historians, and treasure hunters worldwide, a coin so rich in history, mystery, and eras that its value skyrocketed from a mere cent to a multi-million-dollar phenomenon, creating a storm in the coin collecting world, sparking debates, investigations, and countless myths about its origin, striking flaws, and its dramatic rise in auction houses where bidding wars reached astronomical heights, making it not only a rare collectible but a symbol of American minting anomalies and a reminder that hidden fortune may lie where we least expect it. And it all began with a routine minting year that turned out to be anything but ordinary. As 1995 was a period when the United States Mint, already dealing with mass production challenges, inadvertently released a small batch of Lincoln cents that were struck with noticeable doubling on the obverse, particularly the word, Liberty, and the motto, In God We Trust, sparking instant intrigue among era coin specialists, who initially thought it was a minor die clash or mechanical slip, but upon closer inspection realized that the doubling was bold, clear, and undeniably dramatic, what is now classified as the 1995 doubled die obverse, and while countless coins passed through the mint every year without issue, the 1995 penny stood out not just due to its error but because of its crisp detail and undeniable uniqueness, and soon after its discovery, collectors began hoarding them, dealers started issuing reward notices, and numismatic forums lit up with speculation and testimonies from those who had stumbled upon one in pocket change, fueling the frenzy and raising the stakes even more. And as media outlets picked up the story, the value of this once insignificant cent began climbing, initially being bought for a few $100s, then thousands, and over time, rare pristine examples certified by grading services like PCGS and NGC started breaking into 6- and even 7-figure territory, especially the ones graded MS69 or higher, as they were virtually flawless and almost impossible to find, with just a handful existing in such perfect condition, pushing the 1995 1-cent coin into legendary status, and among them, a single specimen, discovered in near-perfect mint state with deeply struck details, minimal contact marks, and a pronounced doubling effect, was the subject of a fierce auction battle among private collectors, museums, and even celebrity investors, finally selling for a mind-blowing $63 million. A price tag that stunned the entire coin collecting world and cemented its place in history as one of the most valuable era coins ever minted, prompting renewed interest in era coins and sparking a massive wave of coin hunting across America, where people began checking their change, revisiting old coin jars, scouring flea markets, and contacting coin shops in hopes of uncovering another multi-million-dollar cent. And what makes the 1995 1-cent coin even more fascinating is the context in which it was minted. During a time when the U.S. Mint was experimenting with upgraded machinery and refining its quality control processes, ironically contributing to the conditions that allowed such a dramatic error to slip through, and while most 1995 cents are perfectly normal, it's this rare subtype, known officially as the 1995 double-die obverse, that carries the weight of millions, a mistake that became a miracle for those lucky enough to find one, and experts speculate that fewer than 24,000 of these were ever released into circulation, many of which have been lost, damaged, or remain undiscovered to this day, adding to the mystique and driving prices ever higher, especially for those preserved in their original luster without fingerprints, environmental damage, or wear. And the thrill of the hunt continues today as modern collectors and everyday individuals still dream of discovering one in change, igniting a passion for numismatics and reinforcing the idea that great value often hides in plain sight. And it's not just about money. Owning a 1995 1-cent coin is like holding a piece of history. A tangible reminder of the intricacies of minting and the unpredictable beauty of error, a symbol of how something seemingly ordinary can turn into something extraordinary. And its impact on popular culture is evident through its appearances in articles, documentaries, collectors' guides, and even fiction, serving as a powerful metaphor for overlooked potential and the hidden worth in the everyday. And as new generations of collectors emerge, the story of the 1995 penny continues to inspire curiosity, driving people young and old to learn more about minting processes, error classifications, die varieties, and the detailed work of coin grading. And in the end, this penny isn't just a coin, it's a phenomenon, a cultural icon, a multi-million-dollar mystery that reminds us all that treasure is often hiding where we least expect it, and that even a 1-cent piece can become a life-changing discovery if you're lucky, observant, and a little bit persistent. So if you ever come across a 1995 penny, don't ignore it. Look closely, check the lettering, compare it to known double-die examples, and maybe, just maybe, you'll find the next multi-million-dollar treasure hiding in your pocket, a single coin that could change your life forever and take its place in the annals of history right beside other numismatic legends. And if you enjoyed this incredible story and want to discover more hidden coin treasures that could be worth millions, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another jaw-dropping episode uncovering the world's most valuable and mysterious coins. Next, today we're unraveling the mystery behind a 1996 1-cent coin from the United States that has stunned collectors, historians, and numismatic enthusiasts alike by reportedly being worth a jaw-dropping $137 million. And it's not just hype or urban legend, it's based on a series of well-documented numismatic anomalies, striking mint errors, and historical oddities that turned an ordinary Lincoln penny into an unprecedented high-value collectible that has sent ripples across the coin collecting community and auction markets globally. So buckle up as we take you through an in-depth journey covering every scratch, strike, and surprising twist that has given this 1996 1-cent piece its monumental price tag. Because if you're holding on to loose change or inherited an old collection, you may very well be sitting on a gold mine and not even know it. Now let's break this down, starting with the historical context of the 1996 penny, part of the Lincoln cent series that had been in circulation since 1909. Initially crafted to commemorate Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday, the coin's obverse continued to feature the iconic bust of the 16th President of the United States, while the reverse still showcased the Lincoln Memorial as it had since 1959. But what sets the 1996 edition apart isn't the design alone, it's the combination of ultra-rare minting errors, off-metal strikes, double dies, clipped planchets, and other aberrations that defied standard U.S. mint procedures and resulted in The production of a few flawed coins that went unnoticed until they were discovered by eagle-eyed collectors years later. And what adds more fuel to the fire is the timing of the coin's release during a period of mint transition, experimentation with alloy compositions, and technological changes in coin manufacturing, which opened the door for a wider range of minting inconsistencies. Now let's talk about the most valuable and rarest type of error found on the 1996 1-cent piece, a dramatic double die obverse. In this error, the coin's design elements such as the date 1996, the word liberty, and the motto "In God We Trust" appear doubled, sometimes with the second image slightly offset from the first, creating a shadow-like effect that is instantly noticeable under magnification and unmistakably different from typical wear and tear. These double die errors occur during the hubbing process when the die itself is struck more than once in misaligned positions, and while minor doubling can happen frequently and adds only moderate value, a strong and dramatic double die like the one seen on a few 1996 specimens is incredibly rare, especially when it affects multiple design elements with clarity and intensity. Moving further, we encounter the off-metal strike error, a type of blunder that happens when a coin is accidentally struck on a planchet, coin blank, intended for a different denomination or metal composition, and for the 1996 penny, there have been confirmed reports of coins struck on dime planchets, zinc-coated blanks of irregular weight, and even foreign coin stock that may have been mixed in due to the mint's outsourcing practices and international collaborations during the 90s. One such 1996 penny struck on a dime planchet weighed just 2.3 grams instead of the standard 2.5 grams and had a silvery appearance, making it a unicorn in the numismatic world and selling at auction for over $700,000. And that's not even the most expensive version. Because certain specimens exhibit multiple overlapping errors such as off-center strikes, where the coin design is shifted heavily toward one edge, die cracks, raised lines on the coin's surface caused by stress fractures in the die, and even retained cut breaks, chunks of the die that break off and leave a blank area on the coin. Imagine a 1996 penny with a double die obverse, off-center strike, and a retained cut on Lincoln's portrait. All these combined result in a cascading rarity multiplier that sends its auction value into the stratosphere. Now let's not forget the clipped planchet errors, which involve portions of the coin being accidentally sliced off during the blanking process, resulting in crescent-shaped gaps or straight clips on the coin's edge. One famous 1996 penny had both a double clip and a broad strike error, the latter occurring when the coin is struck outside the collar that gives it its proper diameter, resulting in a wider, flatter appearance with distorted edge details. The scarcity of such a combination makes these coins immensely desirable, and their value shoots up based on condition, eye appeal, and the strength of the error. Speaking of condition, collectors and grading agencies like PCGS and NGC assign high premiums to coins in mint state, especially MS65 or higher, and when a rare error is found on a coin in near-perfect condition, it becomes a once-in-a-lifetime find. Many of the 1996 era pennies that have surfaced are in circulated condition, but a few pristine examples discovered in sealed mint sets or saved unknowingly by collectors have fetched record prices, with one MS67 double die obverse penny reportedly being appraised for $137 million due to its uniqueness, historical significance, and being the only known example with its precise error combination and grade. And what makes this even more intriguing is the possibility of more such coins still being out there, lying unnoticed in coin jars, old dressers, piggy banks, or forgotten family heirlooms. Now turning our attention to other diagnostics that boost value, misaligned dies, brockage errors, and reverse doubling are all culprits contributing to the 1996 penny's high value in specific cases. Brockage errors happen when a freshly struck coin gets stuck to the die and strikes the next blank, leaving a mirrored, inkest image on one side. This rare phenomenon combined with other anomalies can elevate the worth of such a penny into the millions. And even smaller errors like die clashes, where dies strike each other without a planchet in between, imprinting ghost images, or strike-throughs, foreign objects like grease or debris interrupting the strike, can increase value significantly when found on an already rare year like 1996. Now let's touch upon provenance, coins with documented histories, appearances in famous auctions, or belonging to legendary collectors tend to carry added value due to their fame and verified chain of custody. Some 1996 pennies with major errors have been featured in numismatic journals, highlighted at coin expos, and mentioned in collector guides, making them iconic and heavily sought after. Add to that the psychological factor of rarity and competition among high-end collectors who are willing to pay astronomical prices for the prestige of owning such a unique item, and you get the perfect storm that results in a penny being worth more than a luxury mansion. This trend has also spurred interest among the general public who now comb through their spare change looking for anything unusual, fueling a modern-day treasure hunt powered by social media stories and viral videos showcasing life-changing coin discoveries. And every time another 1996-era penny appears at auction or in the news, the buzz reignites, prompting reevaluations, new appraisals, and fresh discoveries. So if you're wondering what to look for in your own 1996 pennies, start by checking the date and lettering for any doubling, examine the coin's edges for clips, the surface for cracks or unusual lines, measure its weight with a digital scale, inspect both sides under magnification for off-center or misaligned features, and compare it with known error examples from numismatic databases or auction archives, even if your coin doesn't have all the spectacular traits of the $137 million specimen. Any noticeable error can still be worth hundreds or thousands of dollars, and remember, the coin market values authenticity and condition above all else, so if you suspect you've found something special, consider sending it to a reputable grading service for verification and certification, because a small investment in grading could result in a massive return if your coin turns out to be one of the few remaining ultra-rare 1996 1-cent errors not yet documented. And this is what makes coin collecting not just a hobby, but a gateway to history, mystery, and potentially life-changing financial discovery. So keep hunting, keep checking, and who knows, you might just be holding on to the next $1 million penny without even realizing it. And that wraps up today's deep and thrilling dive into the astonishing world of the 1996 1-cent coin worth $137 million, a tale of minting mishaps, numismatic gold, and the incredible value hidden in plain sight. If you found this story fascinating and want more deep investigations into rare coins that could be in your collection, don't forget to like this video, share it with fellow treasure hunters, and subscribe to our channel for more unbelievable stories and expert insights into the most valuable coins in U.S. history. Next, today we're diving deep into the phenomenal story of the 2013 1-cent coin, a seemingly standard Lincoln penny that has shocked the numismatic world by being valued at an astonishing $22 million due to its incredibly rare mint errors, baffling mistakes, and almost once-in-a-lifetime anomalies that defy the very precision of the United States Mint. And as we explore the incredible circumstances and fascinating technical details that transformed this little copper-plated zinc disc into one of the most valuable modern coins in existence, you'll understand why collectors across the globe are obsessively searching through their change, checking their piggy banks, and hunting for that one unique cent that might be hiding in plain sight. So welcome to the channel where history, mystery, and big money collide in a single coin. Now let's unravel the full story behind the 2013 Lincoln penny that has captivated experts and enthusiasts alike, beginning with its origin during a time when the U.S. Mint in Denver was producing billions of 1-cent coins using advanced automated machinery designed for accuracy and mass production. However, despite this high-tech environment, the Mint is not immune to mechanical failures, human errors, and unexpected anomalies in the minting process. And it's precisely this rare convergence of circumstances that gave rise to a handful of 2013 Lincoln cents that are anything but ordinary. And the most infamous among them is the one specimen that has been appraised and valued at $22 million, a coin so unique that it is considered a holy grail of contemporary coin collecting, and the heart of its value lies in a rare combination of multiple errors layered onto a single coin that slipped through the minting process unnoticed and entered circulation before being discovered by a sharp-eyed collector who knew they had found something extraordinary. The first and most striking feature of this particular coin is a dramatic double-die obverse, where the inscriptions, "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the date, 2013, appear noticeably doubled, not with subtle ghosting or minor separation, but with strong, clearly defined secondary impressions that are visible to the naked eye and unmistakable under magnification, a textbook example of a severe die error caused when the working die receives a second misaligned impression from the hub during the creation process. And because dies are used to strike thousands of coins, such dramatic doubling is typically detected and removed quickly, but somehow this particular die survived long enough to produce a very limited number of coins before being retired, making the few doubled die obverse 2013 D pennies extremely rare and valuable. But the story doesn't stop there, because this coin also exhibits a rare off-metal strike, meaning it was struck not on a standard copper-plated zinc planchet, but on a blank intended for another denomination or even another country, weighing slightly less than a typical cent at around 2.35 grams and featuring a slightly silvery hue. This anomaly is believed to be the result of a transitional error or a misfeed of foreign planchets into the striking chamber, which, while exceptionally rare, has occurred in other years and has always driven the value of affected coins through the roof. And when this off-metal error is combined with the doubled die obverse, the resulting specimen is a unique hybrid of anomalies that exponentially increases its rarity and desirability. Additionally, this penny features a misaligned die strike, where the obverse die was slightly out of position during the striking process, resulting in an off-center image that causes one rim to appear wider than the other and pushes the design toward one side of the coin. This type of error creates what's known as a partial collar strike, which can lead to distorted edge reading or the appearance of a railroad rim, further distinguishing the coin from its correctly minted peers. And if that wasn't enough to set this coin apart, it also has retained strike-through markings on the reverse, where foreign materials such as grease or debris became lodged between the die and the planchet during striking, leaving irregular impressions and smudged features in the Lincoln Memorial area of the shield design on the reverse. These strike-throughs often create mysterious textures and unusual patterns that vary from coin to coin, making each affected coin uniquely identifiable and highly collectible. Now imagine the sheer statistical unlikelihood of all these errors: double die obverse, off-metal planchet, misaligned die strike, partial collar, and retained strike-through, occurring on a single coin and remaining undetected through quality control before entering circulation. And yet that's exactly what happened with the $22 million 2013 D penny. An extraordinary accident of minting and a testament to the chaos that can occasionally emerge even in a modern, meticulously controlled production environment. And because this coin is a product of multiple simultaneous errors, each contributing its own layer of value and intrigue, it has become the object of obsession for elite collectors, institutional investors, and museums, all vying to own a piece of numismatic history that may never be duplicated again. And this frenzy has driven up the prices of even lesser error versions of the 2013 D penny, with minor double dies, off-center strikes, and die breaks commanding hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction depending on condition and severity. And that brings us to the topic of grading, which plays a critical role in determining the market value of error coins. The $22 million example was graded MS-68 by a top-tier grading agency, with the added designations of major mint error, double die obverse, and off-metal strike, among others. And the higher the grade and the more dramatic the error, the more collectors are willing to pay, because condition and visual impact are key in the world of rare coins. And when a specimen combines flawless surfaces with eye-popping anomalies, its value multiplies accordingly, further boosting the price's provenance. As this coin has been featured in numismatic publications, studied by leading experts, and displayed at major coin expos, where its fame and mystique continue to grow. And like all great collectibles, the story behind the coin is just as valuable as the coin itself, with each retelling adding a layer of lore that enhances its desirability. And what makes this phenomenon even more exciting is the possibility that more such error coins could be hiding in circulation, undiscovered by the general public, which has sparked a renewed interest in coin hunting, with hobbyists and casual collectors poring over their change, examining every detail, and hoping to strike it rich with the discovery of their own. And if you're interested in joining this modern gold rush, here's what to look for in your own 2013 D pennies. Check the obverse for strong doubling in the lettering and date. Weigh the coin to see if it deviates from the standard 2.5 grams. Inspect the rims for off-center strikes or railroad rims. Examine the reverse for unusual textures or missing elements due to strike-throughs. And always compare against reference images of known error coins. And if you suspect you've found something special, consider having it professionally graded and authenticated, as even a single minor error can result in a coin worth thousands of times its face value. And if you happen to find something truly rare, who knows, you might just uncover the next multimillion-dollar penny, because the beauty of this hobby lies in the thrill of discovery, the joy of learning, and the chance to turn a humble coin into an epic story of fortune and fame. And that's exactly what happened with the 2013 D Lincoln cent that took the coin world by storm with its $22 million valuation, a story of improbable mistakes, perfect timing, and the power of curiosity that continues to inspire collectors around the world. So if you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the most valuable modern coins in existence and want to learn more about the incredible, mysterious, and often shocking world of rare US coinage, make sure you like this video, share it with fellow coin lovers, and subscribe to our channel for more amazing stories that prove big treasures can come in the smallest packages. Last, today, we are uncovering the unbelievable story of the 2002 1-cent coin from the United States, a coin that has shattered expectations and stunned the numismatic world by commanding an astronomical value of $39 million, not for its age, not for its material, but because of the wild and rare minting errors, mechanical mishaps, striking anomalies, and unrepeatable mistakes that have transformed this little copper-plated zinc disc into one of the most coveted coins in American history. And if you think a penny can't be worth millions, think again, because the 2002 Lincoln cent is here to challenge everything you believed about the coins in your pocket. So welcome to the channel where we explore stories of hidden treasure, numismatic legends, and the real-life millionaires made overnight by a single coin. And today's focus is the extraordinary journey of the 2002 1-cent that became worth $39 million due to a perfect storm of minting disasters and incredibly rare combinations of errors that have never been seen together in a single coin before or since. And to understand why this specific coin is so valuable, we have to begin with the minting process itself, which starts with the creation of coin blanks, called planchets, typically made of copper-plated zinc for modern pennies, and then struck between two dies, one bearing the obverse, front, design and the other the reverse, back. But when any part of this complex process goes wrong, especially in multiple ways, it creates something truly rare, sometimes even unique, and that's exactly what happened with the most famous 2002 Lincoln cent, whose story begins with an off-metal strike, as this particular coin was struck on a planchet not meant for a 1-cent coin at all, weighing only 2.1 grams instead of the normal 2.5 grams and composed of a silvery alloy, possibly intended for a foreign coin or a dime, creating the first jaw-dropping anomaly, and collectors and grading experts immediately recognized that this was not your average penny but an incredibly rare mint error with extraordinary potential value. But the surprises didn't stop there, because this coin also features a strong double die obverse, a misalignment in the hubbing process that caused the inscriptions like "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the date 2002 to appear twice, slightly offset and creating a shadowed effect that is clearly visible to the naked eye and unmistakable under magnification. And while double die errors are themselves valuable depending on the strength and clarity of the doubling, the combination of a double die with an off-metal strike instantly catapulted this coin into a league of its own. But wait, because there's even more, as this particular coin also exhibits a broad strike error, which occurs when a coin is struck without the retaining collar that shapes the coin's diameter, resulting in a wider, flatter coin with soft, distorted edges, and this type of error makes the coin look odd to the casual observer but is a dream for collectors because it indicates a failure in the mechanical containment system during striking, and when seen together with the other anomalies already present, it transforms the coin into a once-in-a-lifetime find. And what further complicates and elevates the value of this penny is a retained die break, or cud, on Lincoln's head, where a chunk of the die broke off during production, resulting in a raised, blob-like area on the coin that distorts part of the President's profile. This is one of the most dramatic forms of die failure, and when found on top of all the other errors in this single specimen, adds both historical curiosity and immense value. And we haven't even talked yet about the minor strike-through errors found on the reverse of the coin, where fibers or grease likely got between the planchet and die, leaving unusual textures and markings that are completely unique to this specific coin, giving it a fingerprint that no other coin shares. And these strike-throughs, although minor individually, compound the rarity and collector appeal of this already error-rich coin. And another subtle but incredibly rare characteristic of this coin is its alignment error, where the obverse and reverse images are slightly rotated from each other, known as a rotational misalignment, which often goes unnoticed by casual handlers but is a significant marker for experienced collectors who understand just how unlikely it is for so many errors to stack together on a single coin and then still slip past quality control, enter circulation, and ultimately be discovered by someone who recognized its immense value. And this 1-cent coin, discovered by a sharp-eyed collector in a roll of uncirculated 2002 pennies, was submitted to multiple grading authorities and confirmed to possess no fewer than 7 distinct mint errors, with at least 3 classified as major mint errors and at least 2 considered to be potentially unique for the 2002 year. And what makes this coin's story even more thrilling is that the mint itself has never officially commented on how such an anomaly occurred, fueling speculation that it may have been an experimental strike, an unauthorized test piece, or a rogue mint product that was not intended for circulation but somehow escaped the facility. And that theory is further supported by the coin's unusual weight and composition, which do not match any standard known to have been used for U.S. coinage that year, leading to widespread fascination and conspiracy-level intrigue in the collector community. And all of these factors, the confirmed errors, the possible off-book mint origin, the undeniable uniqueness, culminated in the coin being sold in a high-profile private transaction for $39 million, making it one of the most valuable coins in American history and certainly the most valuable penny of the modern era. And this historic sale didn't just make headlines, it sent shockwaves through the entire numismatic world, instantly raising the profile of all 2002 1-cent coins, prompting collectors to re-examine their collections and even sending waves of hopeful hunters into their coin jars and bank rolls in search of hidden treasures. And since then, dozens of 2002 pennies have been found with more minor errors such as off-center strikes, weak reverses, minor double dies, and plating blisters. And while none have yet approached the jaw-dropping $39 million mark, many have sold for thousands or tens of thousands at public auctions, proving that even lesser errors on coins from that year can carry serious value if they're dramatic enough and especially if they're in pristine condition, because grading matters tremendously when it comes to value. And the $39 million specimen was graded mint state 69, nearly flawless, which amplified its value even further because it meant that the coin not only had multiple major errors, but that those errors were preserved in nearly perfect condition, a true freak of chance and preservation. And this is what makes numismatics so thrilling, the idea that hidden among billions of coins, there may be one, or just a few, that carry within them the perfect storm of anomalies, craftsmanship, mystery, and market demand that together produce multi-million-dollar values. And what's perhaps most inspiring about this story is that it's not a fairy tale, not some urban legend, but a real event backed by expert evaluations, market transactions, and the documentation of one of the most exceptional coins ever struck by the U.S. Mint, a story that has ignited renewed interest in coin collecting among young and old, hobbyists and investors, history buffs and treasure hunters alike, all drawn by the incredible possibility that their next penny might not be worth just 1 cent, but perhaps millions. And the 2002 penny stands as a symbol of that hope, that chance, that numismatic lightning in a bottle moment that reminds us all that history is full of surprises and fortune often hides in the smallest of places. So as you go through your change, sort through your old collections, or crack open that jar of coins that's been sitting on the shelf for years, remember that the next big story could be in your hands. And if you enjoyed this jaw-dropping exploration into the 2002 penny that's worth more than a mansion and want more in-depth stories of rare coins, minting miracles, and the hidden wealth of everyday currency, Then don't forget to like this video, share it with other collectors and curious minds, and subscribe to our channel for more epic discoveries and thrilling coin chronicles that prove even the smallest things can hold unimaginable value.